Introduction. Embarking on the journey through the ebbs and flows of life, we encounter the formidable concept of failure, often misconstrued as a dead end or a mark of inadequacy. Failure instead becomes the fertile ground from which resilience blooms. Resilience, the cornerstone of our exploration, is not merely about weathering storms, but about thriving amidst them. It's the unwavering resolve to rise from the ashes of defeat, stronger and more determined than before. Lesson 1. Resilience. Resilience is the steel within us that refuses to yield in the face of adversity. It's the inner strength that enables us to endure setbacks, disappointments, and failures without succumbing to despair. Resilience is not a passive trait. It's a skill that can be cultivated through perseverance, self-awareness, and a growth mindset. It's about embracing failure as a natural part of life's journey and using it as a springboard for growth and self-improvement. Lesson 2. Humility. Humility is the virtue that keeps us grounded in the face of success and failure alike. It's the recognition that we are fallible beings, capable of making mistakes and learning from them. Humility fosters an open-minded approach to failure, allowing us to accept constructive criticism, seek feedback, and acknowledge our own limitations. It's about putting ego aside and embracing the wisdom that comes from acknowledging our imperfections. Lesson 3. Courage. Courage is the fuel that propels us forward in the face of fear and uncertainty. It's the inner fire that empowers us to take risks, pursue our dreams, and confront our deepest fears. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act in spite of it. It's about stepping outside our comfort zones, embracing vulnerability, and embracing the unknown. Courage is the bridge that connects failure to success, allowing us to turn setbacks into stepping stones. Lesson 4. Persistence. Persistence is the relentless pursuit of our goals, even in the face of seemingly insurmountable obstacles. It's the refusal to give up when faced with setbacks, and failures. Persistence is fueled by passion, determination, and a relentless drive to succeed. It's about staying the course, no matter how long and arduous the journey may be. Persistence teaches us that success is not always linear, but it's the result of unwavering commitment and perseverance. Lesson 5. Creativity. Creativity is the spark that ignites innovation and fuels progress. It's the ability to think outside the box, challenge the status quo, and find unconventional solutions to problems. Creativity thrives in the fertile soil of failure, where constraints breed ingenuity and setbacks inspire new perspectives. It's about embracing failure as an opportunity to experiment, iterate, and evolve. Creativity teaches us that there's always a way forward, even when the path seems uncertain. Lesson 6. Learning. Learning is the cornerstone of personal and professional growth, and failure is its most potent teacher. It's through failure that we gain valuable insights, acquire new skills, and refine our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Learning from failure requires humility, curiosity, and a willingness to reflect on our experiences. It's about extracting wisdom from our mistakes and using it to inform future actions. Learning teaches us that failure is not the end of the road, but the beginning of a new chapter. Lesson 7. Adaptability. Adaptability is the ability to thrive in an ever-changing world, and failure is its crucible. It's through failure that we learn to adapt our strategies, pivot our plans, and embrace uncertainty with resilience and grace. Adaptability requires flexibility, agility, and a willingness to let go of what no longer serves us. It's about embracing change as a natural part of life's journey and seizing opportunities for growth and transformation. Adaptability teaches us that failure is not a setback, but a stepping stone to success. Lesson 8. Empathy. Empathy is the bridge that connects us to others, and failure is its common ground. It's through failure that we develop compassion, understanding, and a deep sense of connection with those who share our struggles. Empathy requires vulnerability, authenticity, and a willingness to see the world through the eyes of others. It's about offering support, encouragement, and solidarity to those who are navigating their own journey through failure. Empathy teaches us that failure is not a solitary experience, but a shared rite of passage. Lesson 9. Patience. Patience is the virtue that sustains us on the long and winding road to success. It's through failure that we learn to cultivate patience, resilience, and a steadfast commitment to our goals. Patience requires trust, perseverance, and a willingness to surrender control to the ebb and flow of life. It's about embracing the journey, with all its twists and turns, and trusting that success will come in its own time. Patience teaches us that failure is not a sprint, but a marathon, and that endurance is the key to reaching the finish line. Lesson 10. Optimism. Optimism is the belief that tomorrow holds promise, and failure is its test of faith. It's through failure that we learn to cultivate optimism, resilience, and a positive outlook on life. Optimism requires courage, resilience, and a willingness to see setbacks as temporary roadblocks rather than insurmountable barriers. It's about finding hope in the face of despair and believing in our ability to overcome adversity. Optimism teaches us that failure is not the end of the story, but the beginning of a new chapter, filled with infinite possibilities. Lesson 11. Self-reflection. Self-reflection is the mirror that reveals our innermost thoughts, feelings, and motivations. It's through failure that we learn to cultivate self-awareness, insight, and a deeper understanding of ourselves and our actions. Self-reflection requires honesty, vulnerability, and a willingness to confront our fears and insecurities. It's about embracing failure as an opportunity for growth and personal transformation. Self-reflection teaches us that failure is not a reflection of our worth, but a catalyst for self-discovery and self-improvement. Lesson 12. Accountability. Accountability is the cornerstone of integrity, and failure is its litmus test. It's through failure that we learn to take responsibility for our actions, choices, and decisions. Accountability requires humility, honesty, and a willingness to acknowledge our mistakes and shortcomings. It's about owning up to our failures, learning from them, and striving to do better in the future. Accountability teaches us that failure is not a burden to be avoided, but a responsibility to be embraced. Lesson 13. Perspective. Perspective is the lens through which we view the world, and failure is its reality check. It's through failure that we learn to cultivate perspective, wisdom, and a deeper appreciation for life's complexities. Perspective requires empathy, curiosity, and a willingness to see the bigger picture. It's about reframing failure as an opportunity for growth, learning, and self-discovery. Perspective teaches us that failure is not a setback, but a stepping stone to greater understanding and enlightenment. Lesson 14. Gratitude. Gratitude is the antidote to despair, and failure is its wake-up call. It's through failure that we learn to cultivate gratitude, resilience, and a deeper appreciation for life's blessings. Gratitude requires humility, mindfulness, and a willingness to count our blessings, even in the darkest of times. It's about finding joy in the journey, with all its ups and downs, and embracing failure as a gift rather than a curse. Gratitude teaches us that failure is not a punishment, but a privilege, and that every setback is an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. Lesson 15. Innovation. Innovation is the engine of progress, and failure is its fuel. It's through failure that we learn to cultivate innovation, creativity, and a spirit of experimentation. Innovation requires curiosity, courage, and a willingness to take risks. It's about embracing failure as a natural part of the creative process and using it as a springboard for new ideas and breakthroughs. Innovation teaches us that failure is not a sign of weakness, but a badge of honor, and that every setback is an opportunity to push the boundaries of what is possible. Lesson 16. Empowerment. Empowerment is the key to unlocking our full potential, and failure is its wake-up call. It's through failure that we learn to cultivate empowerment, resilience, and a sense of agency over our own lives. Empowerment requires courage, confidence, and a willingness to take control of our destiny. It's about embracing failure as a catalyst for growth and self-improvement, rather than a roadblock to success. Empowerment teaches us that failure is not a limitation, but a liberation, and that every setback is an opportunity to rise above our circumstances and achieve greatness. Lesson 17. Connection. Connection is the essence of community, and failure is its bond. It's through failure that we learn to cultivate connection, empathy, and a sense of belonging with others. Connection requires vulnerability, authenticity, and a willingness to share our struggles and triumphs with those around us. It's about building bridges of understanding and support, and reaching out to others in times of need. Connection teaches us that failure is not a solitary experience, but a shared journey, and that every setback is an opportunity to strengthen our connections with others. Lesson 18. Wisdom. Wisdom is the fruit of experience, and failure is its teacher. It's through failure that we learn to cultivate wisdom, insight, and a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Wisdom requires humility, curiosity, and a willingness to learn from our mistakes. It's about embracing failure as a source of knowledge and growth, rather than a source of shame or regret. Wisdom teaches us that failure is not a defeat, but a detour, and that every setback is an opportunity to gain new insights and perspectives. Lesson 19. Celebration. Celebration is the soundtrack of success, and failure is its prelude. It's through failure that we learn to cultivate celebration, resilience, and a spirit of gratitude for life's blessings. Celebration requires humility, mindfulness, and a willingness to acknowledge our accomplishments, no matter how small. It's about finding joy in the journey, with all its twists and turns, and celebrating the milestones along the way. Celebration teaches us that failure is not a setback, but a setup for success, and that every setback is an opportunity to celebrate the journey and the lessons learned along the way. Lesson 20. Growth. Growth is the ultimate reward of failure, and failure is its catalyst. It's through failure that we learn to cultivate growth, resilience, and a deeper appreciation for life's journey. Growth requires courage, curiosity, and a willingness to embrace change. It's about recognizing that failure is not the end, but the beginning of a new chapter, filled with infinite possibilities. Growth teaches us that failure is not a destination, but a detour, and that every setback is an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient than ever before. Conclusion. In conclusion, let us embrace failure, not as a mark of shame or defeat, but as a testament to our resilience, courage, and growth. Let us honor the lessons learned from failure and use them to propel us forward on our journey toward success. For in the end, it is not the failures we encounter that define us, but how we rise from them and emerge stronger, wiser, and more resilient than ever before. So let us embrace failure as a friend, a teacher, and a guide on our path to greatness. And may we always remember that in the face of failure, the greatest triumph of all is the opportunity to rise again and shine even brighter than before.